Well, tonight, federal prosecutors are taking a closer look at domestic violence cases. Alleged abusers could now face federal charges. Federal agents have a plan to work closely with local police to address domestic violence threats.
Karen Campbell explains what their plan is and how advocates feel about the feds stepping in to help.
Domestic violence impacts countless individuals, families, and communities. It can also be deadly.
A persistent percentage of the gun violence we're seeing is gun violence in the home.
U.S. Attorney for the Southern District, Zachary Myers, along with other federal agencies, are working on a plan. Indianapolis was among nearly 80 communities across the U.S. designated by the Justice Department to focus on federal efforts to reduce intimate partner gun violence. That means working with the ATF. Agents who help seize guns will also help locate domestic violence abusers who have previous gun charges.
It's illegal for them to have them, and because these offenders are particularly dangerous when they're armed.
Director of Indy Champions, Daniette Smith, knows this story all too well.
We're getting those referrals from our law enforcement. We're getting those referrals from the hospitals when individual victims have already been shot, and they're trying to figure out what is next after getting out of the hospitals.
For years, she has focused her work on intervention and prevention. Smith says a federal charge for domestic violence abusers could be a game changer.
But once those federal charges are picked up, it's a whole different ball game, which ultimately benefits the survivor of domestic violence in our community.
If you are convicted in federal court of a gun offense, the circumstances of the violence in the home still come before the court for the court to consider in choosing what an appropriate sentence is.
A sentence that can perhaps help victims of domestic violence.
Ultimately, be a voice for someone, whether it's your neighbor, your coworker, or even a family member, or yourself. Be a voice.
And know that you are not alone. Karen Campbell, 13 News.
And if you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, there is help available. Call the Domestic Violence Hotline. The number's right there at the bottom of your screen, 1-800-332-7385. We'll post that number and other numbers and links on where to find help on our website at WTHR.com. Just click on this story.